Hey, what's going on, everybody? Navid is here. I'm a lifestyle entrepreneur and creator of Virtual Summit Mastery, and we help people just like you exponentially grow your email list, influence, and revenue. And for this session, we are going to talk about how you can make money with email automation and affiliate marketing. And my guest today is Spencer Mecham. He's amazing at this stuff. I mean, I've been kind of geeking out on his content. He's the founder of Buildupreneur. He's a 7-figure affiliate marketer, actually the #1 ClickFunnels affiliate, which is not the easiest thing in the world to do, but he has, I think I've read somewhere that he has over 2,500 users under him. Basically, he has referred them to ClickFunnels, and that translates into quite a little nice passive income every month from ClickFunnels. They're sending him these. So I've been doing well with affiliate marketing, but then I saw what he was doing, right? 7 figures, right? I've been doing 6 figures every year without much effort, but then I saw kind of what he was doing with email marketing, email automation, and kind of tying this into affiliate marketing. And I was like, I've got to have him on here. We're gonna, talk about this. We're gonna go over how he's doing things. I even got his course, Affiliate Secrets, right? So I kind of really dove into this when I found out what he was doing. So I'm really excited to dive into this and kind of share some great value with you guys here on this session. So warm welcome, Spencer.
You're good.
All right.
No, thank you so much for having me. I love that intro.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, as I said, this is like you're not like a normal kind of affiliate marketer just spamming people. You're adding a ton of value to your audience, and Buildupreneur, you have a Facebook group as well. You're doing a lot of cool stuff there. So maybe before we get into kind of sharing kind of how this is all built up, I mean, you had some experience before where you weren't maybe doing as well as you're doing now. Maybe you can talk about that briefly, and then how you actually, found your aha moment with affiliate marketing and, using email marketing to kind of do really well with these strategies we're going to share here today.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. I was not always doing this good, and I was not always not a spammer. I was very much a spammer at some point in my affiliate marketing journey.
All right. We all start somewhere.
Yeah, we all start somewhere, right? And pretty much all affiliates start at that spammy place. For me, it was, so I started doing a lot of things. My first time I tried affiliate marketing was Instagram, actually. And I can't remember, I think I took like a Udemy course on this or something, but whoever it was that taught me this was like, all you got to do is you got to follow and unfollow people on Instagram, right? And a lot of people are like probably tuning in like, yeah, I know that strategy. You got to follow and you got to unfollow people. And then as soon as they follow you back, you go in and you message them something about some affiliate product, right? And he's like, it's so easy. It's all automated. And I was like, I like automated. So that's what I did. I had this channel about stock market, like investing and things like that. And I would post pictures of money and cars. And you've all seen those channels, and
Yep.
As soon as someone gives me, and I go out and follow as many people as I could, all the people following Gary Vaynerchuk or whatever. And as soon as they'd follow me back, they'd get a message like, hey, I see you following me. Have you heard about this cool course or something like that? And didn't work very well. And it didn't, you didn't like wake up excited in the morning to do that. Like you were adding very little, if any, value to the world. 90% of your responses are like, don't ever talk to me again. Like it's just not a good model to grow, not a good model to feel good about yourself and feel like you're like helping people and stuff like that. And then it's not a good long-term model because eventually you'll get shut down by the affiliate program, you'll get shut down by Instagram, and you'll be sitting on nothing in terms of assets. So that's where I started. And then it's been this kind of slow journey. I'll learn some things and I'll apply them, and then I'll figure out some things myself and I'll, apply it to the rest of my business. And it's gotten to the point now, where like you said, I don't have to spam anymore. I don't do anything spammy, and I'm able to essentially provide just unlimited amounts of free value to a large number of people and still make a good amount of money off of companies instead of those people that I'm providing the value to.
For sure. Was there a moment like, everyone got that, right? When it's like the big, something big happens, right? For me, it was after I hosted my first virtual summit a few years ago, and I didn't really have a product by then. That was like 2014, end of 2014. And then I promoted Ramit Sethi. That was for a course program, right? And I did really well. I was like having probably the smallest list on that launch, but I still finished #1 and got like, with the cash price I got because I won that launch, I think I got about $40,000 in revenue or commissions basically from him, which was incredible. And I've done, as I said in the intro, I've done like 6 figures, but you got it like basically from these humble beginnings to 7-figure affiliate marketer. So that's pretty interesting to me. Was there an aha moment for you, similar to kind of what I had, that's just like, okay, things started to take off from there, or any strategy or anything you started to implement that was just kind of powerful for you?
Yeah, I'll say two things. So two aha moments. One very similar to yours, because you said it was like a summit, but it was content. Once I got comfortable putting out content, and I started to focus on putting out valuable content, things really started to take off. So whatever platform it was, like instead of just like reposting random people's Instagram photos or whatever, I started making my own content that was me. I didn't use Instagram anymore, but like YouTube, blogging, Facebook group, now Pinterest, like creating content that is valuable and is my content. I've heard a couple people talk about this in the last few weeks in Facebook groups and stuff like that, but there's creators and there's consumers of content. And obviously we're all consumers at some point, but like the people making the money are always the creators. And so once I changed my mindset, like, hey, I'm going to be a creator. I'm going to create content. I'm going to create a lot of content. And it's going to be like good, high quality content. Things really took off. And then the second thing for me, and this doesn't apply to a lot of people because I know there are people crushing it on Instagram. There are people crushing it on Facebook ads. But I focused my business on what I call hot traffic. So there's social media and things like social media tends to be a colder traffic source. Okay, like Facebook ads, Facebook in general, Instagram, Snapchat. They're definitely traffic sources. But when someone is on a social media channel, when I pull out my phone and I'm like, I'm going to hop onto Facebook right now. I'm probably doing that to just be lazy. Like I'm doing that because I want to shut down my brain. Whatever I'm doing, I'm just like not happy in it. And I want to like turn off my brain and just kind of like do something stupid for a while and not think. So that traffic tends to be a lot harder. You've got to take them. You've got to like convince them they have a problem, that they have a desire, and then you've got to turn around and start selling them and warming them up to you and to your products that you're promoting and things like that. Versus search engine traffic, which is like Pinterest, YouTube, Quora, Google. There's paid and there's organic versions of all those. When you get that kind of traffic, then it's somebody that's already actively, they are either have a desire already that they're actively trying to work on, or they have a problem already that they're actively trying to fix. And so you don't have to do all that beginning stuff where you warm them up, and kind of take them down this funnel or this psychological sequence to get them prepared to sell something. They're ready. Half of them are credit cards in hand, like, hey, this is my problem. Somebody fix it. I'm willing to pay. And so I started focusing on that kind of traffic, these search engine warm, hot traffic people that are, in my opinion, much more proactive. They're not just trying to turn off their brain. They're trying to go out and solve problems or fulfill their desires, right? And so between those two, content and then specifically my content is all now geared towards this active, much more proactive audience. And between the two of those, things exploded.
For sure. I mean, I know you're very active on YouTube. I also, actually, just an example on this. I mean, you post a lot of reviews and different great content on YouTube. You have some stuff on your blog, but we actually, I've been promoting some programs here and there, also some software. Obviously, I've been writing reviews. We also have some stuff on YouTube, but not as much as you. But we had one video for like one program last year. I didn't even promote it during a launch. It was really interesting, actually, that we just I sent 0 emails for this, nothing. And it was like from my one YouTube video and one review on my blog, basically generate the 5-figure commissions, without doing anything. I was like, I finished like 16 on one of the most competitive leaderboards out there for Ryan Levesque, right? And was like, I didn't even send a single email. And these other people, they busted their asses to send emails. And they just had like search traffic because they were hot. They were looking for this, right? Searching for like ask method review or something like this, right? And I rank pretty much #1 for this. And then people found this and they bought into this, I guess. That was basically what it is. And I think we're going to get into some of this, right? So I wanted to share also how the email marketing plays in with the affiliate marketing, but it's also interesting that sometimes people can kind of just browse and find your stuff and just click a link and they buy into this, right? That's even though in this case was no email marketing required from my end actually, and they still bought into this, which is pretty incredible. So maybe you have these experiences yourself as well.
That's funny. That's exactly how I got into YouTube as well. I made a video not actually to make money. It was for something else. And then that video suddenly started ranking and bringing in money. And I was like, whoa, this is an awesome platform. Yeah. And in terms of list building, YouTube is one of the greatest places because YouTube is like an awesome traffic source because it sounds like you were referring people directly to a product there. But you can build your list on YouTube and it's such a cool exponential thing because, I can let's say I make 3 YouTube videos this week and one of those YouTube videos starts to rank. and I'm getting, one subscriber a day, or one person who's opting into my list from that YouTube video. And we'll talk about this later on. Well, that YouTube video is getting one opt-in a day, right? Nothing like crazy incredible, but still kind of cool. The next week I put out three or five more videos, and one of those starts to rank. So now I've got 2 videos, and each one of those is bringing in 1 subscriber a day. Now I'm getting 2 new email subscribers a day, right? And you do that for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks, right? Now you've got 10 videos bringing in 10 new subscribers to your list every single day. And you do it for a year, and you've got, you're sitting there, and every day 50 new people are being added to your list. And you could stop and go, hit the Bahamas for a few weeks, and you're still going to get 50. You can take breaks in there, and you're still going to be able to continue to grow on what you've already built. So YouTube is so cool in terms of list building, because it starts out small, but then it exponentially grows as you continue to put out more content. You'll just see your list suddenly kind of like, start going like this, and then suddenly just take off as you've got 10 or 20 videos all bringing in people to your list.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's kind of what I've seen for you. And I do suggest, I linked up that below as well. So check out Spencer's channel, because it's not maybe like some YouTubers, they have really polished ones and stuff like that. I think yours is really valuable, like the content, but you're actually really relaxed when you're doing the videos. I think that could actually show you have them, great value, get great comments, great engagement on some of the videos as well. But they're not like, super produced in terms of like the camera, the lighting, all this kind of stuff. You have, good enough, what you're doing, and you actually sit there in the hammock and outlining for people, basically showing them behind the scenes. A little bit what we're gonna do today here, show people, inside your ActiveCampaign, or show people inside kind of how you're doing this with ClickFunnels and stuff like that. I think that's kind of, resonates with people a lot, especially when you're recommending a product. It's kind of authentic the way you're doing it, or if you're just sharing kind of some value around email marketing, obviously then ActiveCampaign might come up because you're using that, right? And that's kind of more authentic in my opinion. It's just kind of pushing a product in their face, right? That's kind of how I see it as well. And that's kind of my approach to this with my reviews. We don't just want to have it as a total sales pitch, right? We kind of go into the pros and cons with different things and why we are using it and stuff like that. So I think that works well. And obviously if you get them on your list, is that kind of, for affiliate products, is you get them onto your list as well from these reviews and from these other videos, and then you start basically having these sequences, I think, in your email autoresponder. So do you want to get into that now, or is anything we kind of should cover beforehand?
No, yeah, we can absolutely talk about that. We want to hop on and kind of look at my screen when we talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get into your screen share. I mean, I think that's that's a good way to kind of get people to see this, because it's quite unique, like the way you're doing it. And as I said, I got even into some of I checked out a lot of your free content, then I got even into your affiliate secrets to see a little bit more kind of what you're doing with this, and you're kind of breaking things down. But here you get a little sneak peek as well what Spencer is doing. So that's going to be interesting for everyone to see as well.
Yeah, we may need to like blur out some email addresses down the road as
I will tell my editor to do that, so you don't have to worry. Fortunately, this is not live, so we can do that.
Okay. So what I do is I've got these videos, right? And the videos all have different purposes. Some of them I will just straight up link, like I'm making a review of ClickFunnels, and I'm like, hey, there's a link to ClickFunnels down below. But all of my videos typically have 2 links. So one is, hey, I brought up ClickFunnels in this video. There's a link down below. Go ahead and sign up. But the second one is almost every single video will, and in fact, let's go to one of my videos. We'll also send them, that's not YouTube. We'll send them to something that's free that I can then use to capture their email address, right? So like capturing email addresses is all about a trade. You're offering them something in exchange for their email address. So we'll show you my card. If you watch and you stay till the end of my YouTube videos. Go here. Oh, we got to get through this commercial real quick.
Easy business that you can do to get an instant portfolio.
This guy gets some free press here.
Okay, so
I got a card that comes at the end of my YouTube video, and you can see right here, they can click on it, and it sends them to a free training about affiliate marketing. Okay, this video is about affiliate marketing. I tell them that at the end, I'm going to offer them a free training, and that's where it shows up right there. So from there, I'm now able to capture some information, right? So they go to here's kind of like my value page. They go to one of these pages in that YouTube video, and this isn't just YouTube. So whatever you're using, right? Like I'll do this in my Facebook group. I'll do this in Pinterest. I'm doing this on my blog. I'm sending them to these pages, and I'm saying like, hey, you're interested in affiliate marketing? Check out this. Check out this. Check out this. Check out this. And all those are their landing pages where I capture their information.
Are these like free courses, Spencer? Like free? I think I signed up for something for you. Like you have some free courses, and obviously, you have also your paid program obviously now. But when you started, I think you didn't have that. So like obviously the webinar leads to your paid offer. But even if you don't have that watching, you can like create these kind of free trainings and whatever, right? And then you can actually recommend stuff within that by adding a lot of value to people.
Yeah. So like I said, the site, my site's I told him earlier today, my site's having some issues, but each one of those links to a page that looks like this, totally free, valuable course. They click access and boom, we've now captured their email address and their name, right? And now's where the fun begins. Because on my YouTube videos, maybe 1 in 100 are going to sign up for whatever it is I'm promoting, in that video, maybe 1 in 200. And you don't want to waste the other people. And so that's where this comes in. It's like, hey, only, the other 99 of you get access to this free course. And then I can now continue to sell that affiliate product or other affiliate products in sequences down the road. So they put in their email address there. And then that's, like I said, where the fun begins. We'll go to automations. So the reason I do email automations, and a lot of affiliate marketers and a lot of marketers in general they don't use automations. They use kind of one-off campaigns. They wake up and every couple of days they'll write an email. But from my experience, it's really hard to like write an email every couple of days, like just consistently do that for like, day on, day out, years and years, just continually emailing your list with fresh stuff. It's like stressful and time consuming. And you're like trying to think of what to talk about next. And it's just not fun. So I build these automations where I can build it up. I can spend a couple days like really getting into it and writing these like, 30, 40, 50, 60 day sequences. And then I'm able to pull out and know that like, hey, every email address I capture both in the past and in the future is going to come through this sequence, right? So I'm now very comfortable promoting free stuff because I know that I'm going to capture an email address and I know that I've got this massive email automation in place that's going to capitalize on that email address, right? And help me make profit off of it. And so, let's see, how to break this down. Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask. So let's say they opt in for, a free course on email marketing or affiliate marketing, whatever it is, right? And so you first deliver that thing, right? So they get, hey, welcome to this thing, and you deliver that, but maybe that's a PDF or an email course or a free course and a teachable, Thinkific, whatever you're using, and then you get in there, and then basically they get the soap opera. What's kind of in between there? Is that kind of how it works? So you get a soap opera, and then they get kind of the long sequence you just mentioned, like the kind of what's Russell calls like the Seinfeld sequence or whatever. They're getting that kind of forever. You can automate that. They kind of in an evergreen sequence, which you have done obviously.
Yeah. So I'm trying to show you here. Oh, maybe I don't do it in this funnel. Anyway, I use the automations tab in ClickFunnels to deliver. So they put in their email address and ClickFunnels itself will deliver what they were promised. So then, that's out of the way. We've taken care of them.
Interesting.
And that happens immediately. And then they get added to a list. So you talked about the soap opera sequence. Every single person that puts in an email address for this free, for something for free gets added to the soap opera sequence right here. They come in here. And
one
for
thing
those
on this that I find interesting, do you have actually that's something I always wonder, or I think it depends the time I guess people have to create these, but it depends if they opt in. Let's say they opt in for something around affiliate marketing, or let's say they opt in for email marketing. Do you always have the same soap opera sequence in your case, like always the same they go through depending on what kind of offer they opt in for, or what lead magnet?
The soap opera is the same. So I'm just now branching out to where what comes after the soap opera is different. But the soap opera is the same because the way I build my soap opera, Russell Brunson talks about kind of doing a soap opera and then selling your course right at the end of it. I don't do my soap opera that way. My soap opera is more of like an in-depth look at me. It like talks about my journey, which everyone's does. But then at the end, I basically end it by saying, I don't sell them anything. I say, hey, this has been my journey. I hope you've enjoyed it. My entire goal now is to teach you and help you avoid all these mistakes that I've made. So I want you to add, whitelist my email and stuff. The next few emails, I'm going to start sharing with you all this stuff I've learned and I've done. And so keep an eye out for those emails. So all my soap opera does is really set up the what Russell calls the Seinfeld sequence.
Sure.
So that they're then prepared to read that Seinfeld sequence. They trust me. They believe that I actually, I'm smart enough to teach them the stuff that I'm promising, and I have some actual experience with that stuff. And to me, that's the real reason of a Seinfeld sequence is just to prepare them for whatever's going to come next. to where you're this relatable, trustable figure that like whatever your email sequence after the soap opera is going to have success because you set that up correctly.
For sure. I mean, the soap opera sequence really kind of build, each email kind of builds on it. I think the Andrew Chaperon, he was the kind of first one to talk about it, and Russell kind of adopted it and maybe made it a little bit simple. I mean, he didn't do as much as Andre did for this. Andre just built out this massive soap opera sequences, but you can do this in a few emails, right? I mean, I don't think, how many emails do you have there, Spencer, for the soap opera?
Looks like I got 4 or 5
emails. And,
so
yeah. And you said you're not selling in there, or you don't even get them to sign up for a webinar or anything like this there, or what do you, how do you have any CTAs in these emails at all?
Yeah, they're CTAs. So they're CTAs to videos typically. So like I said, my soap opera is all about relatability and getting them to trust me and know me. And that's hands down, video is the number one way to do that. Like until they see a video of you, or at the very least, like a picture of you, you're just like these random words on a page, right? Like no one really knows and trusts someone until they've seen them and like heard them and talked to them. And hopefully you're not like so shady looking that like you don't want people to see you, because that'll make them trust you less. Typically once someone's seen a video of you and seen you talk and stuff like that, you're like, you can sell to them. I don't know the exact numbers on it, but you're much, much more likely to be able to sell to them in the future. So they link to videos typically. Like I'll talk about something, and then I'll often refer them like, oh, hey, go ahead and grab this video where I talk more about this particular thing or something like that.
Very cool. And if they signed up, let's say for your webinar, which is I guess it's a different sequence, right? You're gonna have if you have an automated webinar like you have for kind of selling affiliate secrets, they don't get into the soap opera sequence right away, right? You're kind of gonna go through that sequence or automation first for kind of that program, that webinar, right? Is that kind of how you've structured that?
Yep. So if they sign up for the webinar, then after the webinar they get this sequence where it's all zoom out a little. And then they get in the soap opera after. And all this sequence is doing is it's following up on the webinar. It's saying, hey, did you watch it a couple times? And then it starts doing an overview of the webinar. And then it goes over like the offer in the webinar and the testimonials from that offer. And basically I send an email. I check to see if they bought after that email. If they didn't, they get another email. I check over here to see if they bought after that email. If they didn't, they get sent another email. All the way till this is like 10 to 12 emails long.
I love this with ActiveCampaign. You can do this easily. Actually, I use also for my main list. I use ActiveCampaign myself, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's so nice to quickly do this. So yeah, as you can see, it's constantly checking. It's checking. Each email is only sent if they didn't buy, and then at the very end it says, okay, we weren't able to sell this person. And then it ends, and I can probably zoom back in. It ends, and it throws them over to the soap opera sequence. So if you look closely
it's a
there.
very nice way of doing it. So let's say they sign up for a specific kind of promotion, which a webinar kind of is, even if it's automated evergreen. You do that first. Obviously, they have signed up for that thing. You're going to kind of finish that, and then you can go into kind of the soap opera, and then obviously having your longer sequence. So that eventually maybe they get into a different way into your program. I mean, that's why this stuff you're sharing can be used for affiliate marketing, which is fantastic. That's what we're talking about, but also can be used for even selling your own stuff. If you don't do so much affiliate marketing as maybe we are doing, then you can also do that for other things, for your own stuff. So I think that's kind of universal.
Totally.
Yeah.
No, that's totally true.
How do you segment your list, Spencer? Like anything you want to share around that? Because you have different kind of ways in and stuff like that. I think that would be maybe interesting to people to see as well.
Yes, I'm in the middle of like kind of switching around segmentation and kind of tinkering with things. So
I know I see here. The reason I brought it up because I saw a video where you have, because that's a big topic actually, but it's like you have a lot of lists, I think, which I'm kind of like more for the tagging things, tagging a lot and segment, or like actually custom fields more than too many lists. But obviously there's different ways to do the same thing essentially. So, but how are you currently doing things? So what are you moving towards?
I'm moving towards what you just talked about. So it used to be I created a list for every lead magnet. They'd put in their email on the list, right? They put in their email on an opt-in page, and then they'd go onto a list that was specific to people that opted in through that one. Moving towards tagging, where it just adds them to a main list. I'm basically breaking my list into online marketers and affiliate marketers. To me, that my audience has been broken down to be about that simple. I've got affiliate marketers that need a little bit different than a lot of these like just online business owners that I push to a lot. These guys they own agencies and they own e-com stores and they own all kinds of things, but they're totally uninterested in affiliate marketing. So it doesn't really
very cool
work. Send them all these emails about affiliate marketing. So I break them into that. And what's going to happen is they go through the soap opera, and then it checks and it says, okay, is this person an affiliate marketer, or is this person, a general online marketer? If they're a general online marketer, it goes into this long sequence that essentially it's like 50 emails long, and it just teaches them things about online marketing. And about half the emails have CTAs for affiliate products and videos with affiliate products and things like that, and half don't. And then the affiliate people, they go into an affiliate sequence that sells my course, it sells other people's courses, it sells, anything that I think can help them as an affiliate marketer. And it's going towards it's going to be much simpler. That's the segment. Right there.
I think, so that's why I brought it up, because I think lists, I mean, some software like MailChimp and Aweber, they were a lot kind of list centric, but a lot of kind of software, ActiveCampaign kind of do both in a way. Obviously, it's still a tag based system, but I think, I saw a video by Brennan Dunn of Right Message, which is really cool. He basically saw like, don't overly even use tags. I think with, like, let's just say you have like online marketing and affiliate marketers, that can obviously change over time. Like they might progress or whatever. You could also have custom fields basically on this. Like, so, okay, they checks, okay, are they an affiliate marketer or online marketer, whatever, right? So you can kind of check with that. We usually do that when we bucket people. Like they have a bucket opt-in form, like Ryan Levesque talked about this with Ask Method. We usually set custom fields and actually not tags, because we found that if they are tagged, they can actually have multiple tags, but they can only kind of have that one custom field for this thing. So that's kind of how we have done it for some of this more little more advanced stuff. But yeah, it's always kind of evolving and stuff like that to kind of make this better and cleaner in our systems as well.
Yeah, no, that's funny you mentioned that. So I don't have the bucket system or custom fields. I'm not at that elite spot yet, but I am totally right. Like, don't overdo it. Because in the beginning I had tags all over, I tagged every little thing, like what they were interested in, what they clicked on, stuff like that. And then I got 10,000 tags. I was like, they're really not that useful. Like you don't need a tag for every little thing, like before you go make a tag, like think like, is this really, am I ever really just going to email the people with this tag, or do I need a more general tag like, hey, these are affiliate marketers in general, right? They're all going to be interested in whatever emails I send out about affiliate marketing.
Such a good point, because I've done this like for blog posts, for example. We have like a lot of posts and videos sometimes, and I like tag them like, click this link. But then I have a lot of, am I really gonna use this and like create this kind of segments of people? That takes a lot of time, right, to kind of remember what people clicked. So I'm completely agree with you. Maybe unless it's really an important kind of click or whatever, you don't have to tag that specific thing. Maybe tag them in a general sense. I think that like in an interest tag or something for ClickFunnels or whatever they're clicking, right, or affiliate marketing, whatever it is. I think that's more useful actually, especially if you want to keep it easier. I completely agree with you.
Yeah, no, totally. And like you talked about ClickFunnels, I think I have the only tag I have in the ClickFunnels world is tags for people that I know are using ClickFunnels, and so then I'm not going to market ClickFunnels to them, right? But that's about it.
Yep. All right. So let's get into it. So you have the soap opera sequence. That's obviously one way to build a relationships. It's a great way. I think everyone should obviously have something like that in their email, system. Set that up. If you don't have it, there's probably some information about how you can kind of, what you can get in there. But videos could work, like blog posts, anything that you get more personal with people as well and add value in there so they want to follow you. But then you get people to that other sequence, the Seinfeld or the daily emails, which can be automated. So you kind of add a lot of emails to this bank, and eventually you have a lot of emails so you can just go out. So how does that work? You say it says high quality there. So can you explain that a little bit? How do you actually know if someone is a high quality person?
Yeah. So in the beginning, I talked a lot in my course. I talk a lot about how based on how people come into my lists, I used to do this. I break them up between high and low quality. I consider someone that like hopped on from Instagram a low quality person. I sell them different offers. Versus someone that came in from YouTube who was like, hey, I'm looking to, I've got a business and I'm looking to grow it. That person I consider high quality. Now I've gone away from that to where everybody's high quality because I don't focus on things like solo ads anymore. I don't really do Instagram anymore. And so I've just kind of like I've focused in on the traffic that was high quality and that was converting for me and kind of left behind the other. So it still says high quality, but this is essentially the sequence that's going to be online marketers. So I talked about how I'm breaking into two sequences. These are the people that haven't given me an indication they're interested in affiliate marketing, right? So they've watched my YouTube channel and I said, hey, here's a free training on email marketing. And they have no idea that I'm an affiliate or affiliate marketer or anything like that at that point, or they've never expressed interest in learning affiliate marketing. They're just someone that wants to learn how to do email marketing for their business. So they go into this, and basically this sequence is it's built around making someone a really good digital online marketer, and it applies to most niches. And the way I do it is I think is it Gary Vaynerchuk that says like the jab jab hook? Is that his big phrase? Okay,
yeah, absolutely.
Is I do jab jab hook. I'll do some value emails around a specific subject. So for example, so I'm not going to show the beginning stuff because I'm just talking. This is all kind of just random.
Do you send to
emails.
opens in this one, by the way? I know not every software has that in automations, but ActiveCampaign you can send to opens. Do you do that from time to time when it's an important email to kind of send to people who didn't even open the first one to get a little bit bigger, more open rate, more click rates and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'll even show you one of those further down. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll check. I'll wait 2 days and then I'll have the automation check. And if they didn't open the last email, then I'll just I'll change the subject line and send that email again because they never read it, so it can't hurt, right? And with some like really important emails, I've done that before 3 times. So if they read it, they move on in the sequence, right? They move on to other emails. But if they haven't read it, then it just sends the same email 2 days later and tries to hook them with a different subject line. And then it waits a few days and does the same thing. And I'll get I've gotten up to like 60% open rates on emails using that method, where I'll get like 35% on the first email, 15 on the next, and like 10 on the next,
Same experience for sure. That works really well.
It's an important thing, right? And you got 60% of your list to hit it. That's like what messenger bots are getting or something.
Yeah. You gotta change though. Like I'm sure you're doing this, but I just wanted to stress this for everyone. So you don't send the exact same emails. I think I heard from Jeff Walker, actually, this is really interesting. So basically, Gmail, they tend to nest email. I'm sure you've seen this. They nest the email, so you kind of look like the same one. So you're actually gonna change every single, paragraph or like every sentence, basically add another dot or something, and obviously change the subject line, and you should be good to go. That's basically what I've been doing, and that works pretty well, and not kind of unnest the email, so it actually shows as a completely separate one. Otherwise, they shows like you have sent duplicate emails to the same person, basically. So that's just something I try to do as much as possible, at least.
I didn't know that. I'm surprised now that I'm getting those 60% open rates, but
I mean, might still be. I mean, I did this before, so you just I don't always do it, but it still works. It's just something he shared. Obviously, maybe they have tested this or something, and I've seen that actually happen before. So yeah, that's like a ninja trick, I guess. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So try that out, see how it works.
No, you're good. Anyway, I'm trying to get through some of the like fluffy stuff. Yep. So what I'll do, I'll teach a concept. For example, right here, I'm teaching the concept of traffic. So I'll break down traffic for them. I'll give them some like really good tips on how to improve their game on getting traffic. And then I'll start selling stuff at the end of that. Okay. So here I'm selling Udemy, which is a pretty low key affiliate program, to be honest. But that's kind of the basic concept of what I'm doing with each thing I teach. So if I'm going to teach funnels, I'll say, hey, I'm going to teach you all about sales funnels. I think I do that somewhere down here too. Let's move on to funnels. I'm teaching them about funnels. I teach them about like how to build a good landing page for their funnel and get good opt-ins. And then another intro to sales funnels. And then I'll start selling the OFA challenge. So if you're familiar with ClickFunnels, they've got
you
this
just
is like their
actually. I think I bought it twice to go through the funnel, actually. So yeah, we just reviewed it on my blog, and we kind of went a little bit late on that, but I thought it was a great program, so we just shared it kind of with my list a little bit. It converts pretty well, actually, that challenge. So it's like really good reviews. So that's why we started promoting it
2 or 3 times as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I teach, right? So I value. I'm teaching them about funnels. I'm teaching them about funnels to the point that they're like, hopefully maybe some of them have tried it. Some are like, oh, I want these funnels, like these funnels Spencer are talking about. I want a funnel. Like, this is cool. And then I introduce the product. It's like, hey, check out this challenge. You want funnels? The best way and the fastest way to get your funnels up and running is using this OFA challenge, right? So it's 3 value-packed emails, but they're value-packed emails that are really geared around getting them to the right mindset and the right place, to where when I sell them an OFA challenge, right, it's not like this email out of the blue and they're like, what's a funnel? What's this channel? Who's Russell Brunson? Blah, blah, blah. I've built these 3 emails to one, provide value. Obviously, we want to provide the value, but 2, to get them in the mindset and to be prepared for the sale that's going to come down the road.
For sure. Something I wanted to share around this, I've heard like Stu McLaren, other what people talk about, like having a long like pre-launch or runway basically for something this is kind of the same way, but like automating the whole thing, right? I mean, that might be for launches. You can have like runway, and you're gonna have the longer the runway, the bigger the launch. But it's essentially the same with kind of evergreen promotions like this is, like in automation. You can like lead into something with like value, and then promoting that thing is gonna obviously convert a lot better. You're gonna get more clicks, and people get interested. So I think this is a great way of doing it for sure, with kind of getting them into this. And also, this offer is kind of a no-brainer a little bit. I mean, it's kind of really inexpensive. It's like I think it's like $100, you know, to get all this coaching and everything they're getting with the challenge. So it's pretty low. It's not a premium offer, so it's kind of good thing to just kind of start with for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so what?
Go ahead.
Yeah, do you have any opt-in? Like, do you do, this is just straight to, actually what I wanted to get to as well is like using ActiveCampaign, obviously. Some people might ask me, affiliate marketing might not be allowed, but you get around this by basically adding a lot of value. Or have you had anything happen with ActiveCampaign using it? I mean, obviously it works for me pretty much, because obviously I have a same approach to email marketing and not just spamming links, but obviously they have in their policy that's kind of not allowed, but you know, how do you get around this?
Yeah, no, I'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Can you still see me? I just paused the screen share
if
here.
you want to come back, you can come back to you as well.
So yeah, like you said, ActiveCampaign, and honestly, a lot of autoresponders have some rules on affiliate marketing. They have some rules on the content you're going to put in your email because they don't want to damage their own reputation, right? But the thing you've got to think about with that is ActiveCampaign doesn't want to damage its own reputation, but also your own reputation, right? If you're sending emails that like they don't like, a lot of times they don't like it because they know it's not going to work, right? It's not going to get in the inboxes. It's going to damage their reputation, and you as the sender, of course, will then also have a damaged reputation. So, if ActiveCampaign, they're really vague about it. Like, honestly, I think they just give themselves the ability to shut you down anytime they want, just in case. But from what I've seen, you sign up for ActiveCampaign, what they're going to do is they're really, that first month, they're going to keep a really close eye on you, right? Like, they're going to have an actual person. They're going to read that first automation you build. They're going to go through and read those emails. That first campaign you send out, they're going to go through and they're going to read that campaign. And they're just getting an idea for, like, you know, what is this guy going to be a spammer or not, basically? And how is he going to be using this platform? And once they realize, like, okay, he's getting good open rates, these emails are not spammy, then they pull out. And I've confirmed this with people from them. No one's watching you anymore unless you trigger something in there that, like, you send out a really spammy email and get 20 spam complaints and a 5% open rate. Boom, now you've triggered it and they're going to kick you out, right? But other than that, they're not. So I always tell people, you sign up, you create one automation, and it's a soap opera sequence. Okay, you're not selling anything like we talked about. It's just a soap opera sequence. Anybody that reads it is like, oh, okay, these are good emails. They're not nothing spammy about this. Your first campaign is like hey, maybe something simple like, hey, I switched over to ActiveCampaign, just so everybody knows, like, it's a cool autoresponder or something like that, or hey, just some kind of like generic, motivational email or something like that. And then you'll wait a little bit, and then you can start switching over to affiliate links. But still, you're not, I think the way they put it is the whole email can't be focused on the affiliate link. That's super vague.
That's
but basically
vague.
Just provide value within the email. Yeah, right? Like that. No one really knows what that means, but but I provide value in the email. I teach them, and then I provide an affiliate link that goes along with that. Or I tell a story, and then I have an affiliate link that goes with that story. And yeah, that's going to, like, help make sure you're not, like, going to get shut down by ActiveCampaign. But more importantly, your open rates are going to be really good, and your deliverability is going to be really good, right? Like, it's actually going to help your business more than it is just to stay out of ActiveCampaign's, blind spot there.
Yeah.
It's going to make your business have better everything. Your email marketing business just be better.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's been pretty much my experience, man. Like with, ActiveCampaign, obviously when you start with ActiveCampaign, they are keeping a little bit closer eye on you, but then you can actually send the only link in the email could be an affiliate link primarily, but obviously you're going to have some things leading up to this. And obviously if your audience like what you have coming out, I have very low unsubscribe rate and all that kind of stuff. I don't get spam complaints too often, like, at all. So I think that's kind of helps, obviously. They're not going to keep an eye on you that much. And obviously that's not the only thing we focus on either. I mean, we have my own products. I also promote affiliates, to kind of complement what we are doing, basically. And that tends to work very well. But what I wanted to get to as well, obviously, this sequence now keep going, obviously, down there. I think you have many emails there. If I go back to you here, you have a lot of stuff stuff there, right? So
it's
kind of keep
this
going
is a new
forever.
secret. I can show you my old one. I switched over to this one because now I'm splitting between affiliates and online marketers. And so this one is, I don't know how long, I think it's like 60 days, but yeah, so you can see that's where it ends right now. This is what I'm talking about. Email marketing. Like I talked about, I introduce email marketing. I do some tips on email marketing, some more tips on email marketing. And then this is a sales email where I talk about doubling your open rates on email marketing.
You want to go down? I think it's not scrolling. I don't know if you're scrolling now or something.
I'm pausing my.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, I forgot I paused. I didn't realize the pause share would freeze my screen.
No worries. It was just on the screen, I think.
Okay, so yeah, I scroll all the way to the bottom there, and basically my last sequence that I'm still building this out myself because it's fairly new, but I introduce email marketing. I have 2 value-packed emails about email marketing, and then this is where I start to sell ActiveCampaign to these people right here.
Okay.
Double your open rates is hey, ActiveCampaign. Like I was able to double my open rates by using ActiveCampaign. Here's a little trick that you can use in ActiveCampaign to do it, and then the next 2 emails are going to simultaneously sell ActiveCampaign to them.
Nice.
So
that's awesome. I mean, this anyone, because you said somewhere that you basically can, if you basically create like 1 email, let's say a day or something, I mean, that's more doable, right? To kind of add them onto that rather than think, hey, I have to send this email today to this list, the broadcast, right? That's just like gonna be this one time. But instead, like thinking about it like, okay, we can create this now. Maybe that's like sending out to a blog post, a YouTube video, or like an affiliate offer. We can create this now, create kind of the structure of that email, and then you just add them into this. And, then it's kind of forever essentially until you kind of tweak it. And you obviously can also see the metrics of this. That's kind of the coolest thing with, you can actually improve things. It's not so easy to do that with just a broadcast, right? It just goes out one time. So that's kind of what I'm pretty excited about here. So I just switched over to you here if you want to share something.
Yes, I was just gonna say it's really a matter of maximizing your time too, because in the beginning, like a lot of people don't have lists, right? So we've got a list like 10 people big or 100 people big, right? And so you're like, to send an email out for like 50 people, like to write up this whole email and send it to 50 people, just like, what are the chances? It just seems like such a waste. But if you know that the email you sent, the email that you build into an automation now will send to those 50 people, but then it's also gonna, that email is also gonna send to the next 20,000 email addresses you capture for the next 2 years or whatever. Then it's like, okay, like I really am going to put the good time in this email, make a good email because my list is only 50 right now, but I know that this email is going to be read by everybody for the next year that I managed to capture.
For sure.
And it's maximizing your time, right? Instead of one email going to 50 people, the time you spend on that email goes to 20,000 people.
Absolutely. And something I wanted to talk about as well with this, like, okay, you are obviously, I know you have done some paid for ClickFunnels as well, but what's in terms of email marketing has been a game changer for you to sell? I mean, that's kind of your biggest, I guess, kind of commissions coming from ClickFunnels. I know you're affiliate for ActiveCampaign and some other tools and programs as well, but ClickFunnels is the big one. That's kind of you've won the dream car, several times with 2,500 people, right? I think they only allow you to win it. They allow you to get 200, right? That's kind of what it is. Then you get your dream car. Is that how it works? And then you kind of you can't get more than that, I guess.
Yep. So I'm maxed out there.
Yep.
You were asking, sorry, what was you were asking?
So basically the question I wanted to get to is like, what in terms of email marketing, I know you have done Google Ads and a lot of, basically how does all this kind of fit into this system to kind of get people to get onto a trial or sell them on? I know you promoted that, you mentioned the challenge before. So how did you actually get so many people, and how did email marketing kind of play a role in this kind of from the early days when you just had a few and now you have over 2,500 obviously under your ClickFunnels affiliate?
Yes, I'll be fully honest. Email marketing wasn't how I got a majority of those subscribers. I did a ton through YouTube and Google blog posts and Google Ads and YouTube ads and things like that. So a lot of search marketing was how I was able to do that. But it sounds crazy, but a lot of it is these a lot of these passive ones. So like ActiveCampaign, I'm one of their top affiliates right now, and it's done. I have like one YouTube video on them, and I've got a ton of emails that just talk about ActiveCampaign, like I showed you, and I get signups like every day from that. So it's kind of like a low key affiliate offer, right? But when they stay for a year, when someone stays ActiveCampaign on average for a year, what was once a low key affiliate offer can be so high ticket. I can make more than $1,000 off each one of these people. And so I consider these recurring smaller softwares to be high ticket because the quality ones manage to keep customers for a long, long time and make me money off that. And so literally this automation, like I have a section on ClickMagick. I teach click tracking, and then I say, hey, you've got to set it for ClickMagick for this to work. And I'll do 2 or 3 emails about ClickMagick, and then I'll teach email marketing, and I'll focus and hit them with email marketing, and then hit them with ActiveCampaign. Same thing with ClickFunnels. I'll hit them with sales funnels, and then I'll say, hey, the only way you're going to get sales funnels running is ClickFunnels, and I do the OFA challenge. I don't think I even have an email about ClickFunnels in this new automation that I just showed you, which is funny.
Okay, interesting. But I mean, it's something. I mean, the reason I asked is I know you had done a lot of paid and also the search. I think that helps, obviously. If you're gonna focus, for example, for us right now, we're focusing on a lot of kind of the blog posts. We have a lot of good system for that. Then when I've done a lot of these, I'm actually gonna just kind of crush these out for YouTube as well, because I mean, YouTube is a little easier. It's just that we had a system for this. I'm working on other things right now, but I'm going to do a lot of videos as well, because I think that's just easier to rank with YouTube. Then search takes a little bit longer sometimes, depending on the keyword, right? And you can shop in YouTube a lot faster. So I think that's great. But then also, if you have a bigger list, like you have now, you're growing the list, obviously, then let's say ClickFunnels is doing a launch or something like this, and for traffic secrets or whatever they have coming out, you can obviously send an email about this, and then you get a bunch of people in, and that's going to probably convert some people into ClickFunnels. And that's kind of how that's kind of how I see email marketing play in. We just did a promotion for software called ThriveCart. We did for ConvertKit. We've done for a bunch of things before, and people from my email list, they get on there and they basically sign up for these things. So that's kind of how I see something like affiliate. And you can add them to your automations too, obviously, like you have done, which is something we are working on right now, actually. So yeah.
And maybe I should talk about how I work that. So I do have all these automations, and they do, like, their goal is to start bringing in passive income for me, right? But
yeah,
I do these launches as well, and these like live launches. So I just did a launch in my group. We did $50,000 in a week, and it was a product launch with a girl that has a really cool course called CF Design School. Nice. And what I do is I go into these automations. So this is another cool thing you can do in ActiveCampaign. Trying to think of how to show this all to you. But anyway, I'll just speak through it here. I'll go and I'll pause the automation. So I'll pause my high quality automation and my affiliate marketing automation, which is really easy. You just go into automations here. You can pause it in like 10 seconds. Everyone just kind of freezes wherever they're at in the automation. This one's, I haven't actually restarted this one yet. But anyway, I'll pause the high quality automation, and then I'll go to campaigns, and I'll create a new email blast. I'll create this like week or 2 long campaign that we're going to do for this present push. I'll exclude anybody that's in my soap opera sequence or anybody that's in my affiliate, like that's just my affiliate webinar follow-up sequence that we showed you a little earlier. I'll exclude anybody from both of those because they tend to be fresh people, like don't know me super well yet, right? And they're in the middle of like an important sequence that's either selling them or preparing them to be sold. And so I won't sell to those 2. I'll exclude them, but then I'll do a campaign, like a live campaign, where I'll, the way you do a live campaign, I'll do 3 or 4 prep emails. We'll do a live event, and then we'll do a follow-up 3 or 4 emails that sell them and offer bonuses, and then do like a cart closing. So that's where I'll make like some fast money right now. Like I said, that did $50,000 in about a week and a half, week and 10 days. And I can quickly make money,
Yeah, it's a great way. In addition, I think it's a good compliment, and I like that you're also kind of segmenting people out or taking them out there if they're like in an important sequence, as you said. But speak a little bit about the importance of, I guess, especially for affiliate marketing, right? Having a really good offer, bonuses. I mean, is that something you play the role for your ClickFunnels success? For anything else you have done promotions for, having good bonus kind of stack from you, basically, in addition to the core offer from that product. What do you do something like that for some of the softwares or other courses and programs you have promoted?
Yeah, so I'll always offer bonuses, and I try to switch it up each time I'll do a big launch. Like this Catherine Jones one, I actually went all in. We offered like coaching, we offered a course, we offered a little software. I would recommend offering coaching if you want to crush it and do really well, like on that particular launch. I wouldn't recommend offering coaching very often because it's so time consuming and no one loves it.
By the way, if you want to come back on camera, you can come back on camera for this
segment. Sorry.
Yeah, that's I still see. It's a lot better. Okay, let's do this.
So, so the first thing I would say is for a bonus to really be worth it, like, here's the kind of things I offer. Coaching is always worth it. Like there's always this inherent value in coaching. It's time. We all know it's valuable. And so coaching is huge, but you obviously can't do coaching as a bonus for everything because most of us don't want to do 50 coaching calls in a month or whatever. I know I don't. I found that little things like softwares, people love software. So like this last one, I offered a software with Catherine Jones launch, and a software is a one-time expense for you, right? So like a couple $1,000s. I mean, you could even build softwares for like Chrome extensions and stuff for like $500, plugins for $1,000. So you'll make these little softwares and they're huge. Like people love softwares, and there's this inherent value in a software that you can offer, and it's still only close to a one-time expense for you, right? Versus time or something like that.
What was this one? What was this one you created? I know you have another one. You have a plugin kind of for, ClickFunnels and stuff like that, right? That's kind of one I know you created, and that works well. But is this a new one you created now for this one?
It's coming. So I offered a pre-sale actually. So okay. We did a pre-sale. We said if we hit a certain amount, this was kind of the way I did it. We said if we hit a certain amount of people that buy through my link, then we're going to create this software and give it to you. Nice. And that way I could guarantee I'll make the software if we get enough sales to pay for the software, right? So it was a way for me to guarantee I'm not going out of pocket on this software. We'll only do the software if we make so much money, and then I can use the software and all kinds of stuff in the future. And I pretty much just paid for it for free with no risk. It was actually pretty cool.
That's a nice. I mean, man, that's so similar to how I did it. Like when I first launched my flagship program, Virtual Summit Master, because we did first the summit, and I kind of pre-launched it. I mean, I didn't really know what I was doing at the time with pre-launch, but I got people in there, and then we did the affiliate launch for Amit Sethi's program, and I did really well there. But I think it's the only time I basically offer this as a bonus. We don't like to offer like flagship programs as bonuses, right? That is not the best approach, right? When people are paying money for it. But in this case, we offered it because it was like in beta, it was not even out yet, and that works really well actually. So I kind of did the same approach, right? Getting a lot of money up front for it, so and then getting initial people coming into the program, and that worked well with the initial pilot to have enough students to support them and stuff like that as well coming in. But I noticed also with some of this, the people who actually paid money for it, they were a lot more likely, especially for a course, right, getting success when they have paid for it than people just getting it as a bonus in this case. So that's kind of what I found with this approach with giving a program away. So I do agree, like specific bonuses to that thing can work a lot better, like coaching, or maybe you're creating a specific training that complements this thing perfectly or something like this. That's kind of what I found personally.
Yeah, my next launch that we're going to do, we're going to be doing a group mastermind. So everybody that buys, I'm going to buy, and we're going to go through together, and we're going to do like weekly coaching and basically conquer the course together, right? So yeah, things like that, like much more creative things than. So I do offer my course a lot of times, like as a bonus, because it's so easy. It's digital, people like that. I like that. Maybe people don't like it, but I love it. But that only works. Like I've seen people offer bonuses, and the ones that actually work and like motivate people are ones when your course has already been out. It's already selling for a high price. You rarely, if ever, lower that price or offer it as a bonus for things. And so people are aware of that course. They know that you've been selling that for this much, right? It's not you just like whipping out like 10 free things and then like assigning that arbitrary value, like webinar style, like just like, boom, this has $1,000 value. Boom, this has $1,000 value.
I know.
It's like, hey, I've been selling this course for a year now for $1,000. You guys are aware of that. I've never come down from that point. We're going to offer it for free now. Like, so that's the only way you can make a digital course offer that actually like is enticing and has the value that you want to get people, to motivate people.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think if I would ever offer something like this, maybe I will, because our program is like a 2K or even 3K with coaching, right? So we don't normally do it, but if I would do something, and maybe I would kind of take out some of our done for you material in the program and just kind of give them the training, and then I would still have to make at least like $1,000 or like $800 to $1,000 commission to make it worthwhile. Otherwise, people get pissed off, right? That's kind of don't want to piss off customers. But I've never done it so far, but it could work in some way to do it for sure, depending on the price point of your program for sure. But if you're in competitive launches, like with ClickFunnels or anything like that, how do you make sure you stand out compared to anyone else there with your kind of email marketing and the different offers you put out? I mean, I know you have videos and stuff. How do you make sure people actually go sign up under you, right? So you get the sale, like for anything, software or programs and stuff like that.
So I mean, it's kind of, if it's just software and it's just like it's not necessarily a big launch like what ClickFunnels is doing, or like Tony and Dean's big mastermind. Right. Then you don't need to be so kind of like tooth and nail with bonuses and stuff, right? Because you just need to be the one to introduce them to the software, show how it provides value to their business. So I don't even offer bonuses for a lot of those like softwares now. It's just like, hey, I'm going to teach you about the software. I'm going to teach you how it's going to benefit your business. And then you're not going to sit and like wait, twiddling your thumbs for a good bonus to come along before you sign up for the software, like most people aren't. But if it's like like an event like this Tony and Dean thing, or a big, thing where it's only 2 weeks long and they're launching and there's like high ticket product at the end of it, then it really is all about it. One, it's about staying at the top of the mind. So with email, it's not just like one email, like, hey, there's gonna be an event, and then like, hey, did you watch the event? And like, hey, here's some bonuses. It's got to be, at least 3 to 4, but like ideally like a week of emails leading up to the event. So you're already on the forefront of their mind about that event. And then after the event, it's a solid amount of emails that are explaining your bonuses, explaining the thing. Like you're the one that they most think about when they think about that launch that's happening, because you're the one that's been on the forefront of their mind. And honestly, for me, it's not just email. Like if I'm going all in on something, my email list is great. And I definitely obviously push email as much as I can, but I try to hit them from every angle there is. So I try to hit them from Messenger, and I try to hit them from my Facebook group, and I try to hit them from email, and I try to hit them from retargeting, right? It's like,
Powerful.
Like when they think about that product launch, they think about you. And then obviously you have to have good bonuses and a good offer to go along with that. But none of that matters unless every single person you possibly can is actually aware of your offer and it's at the forefront of their mind.
For sure. I mean, you mentioned Dean and Tony's launch with Russell and stuff like that. That was obviously very competitive, right? A lot of people involved, a lot of bonuses. People went basically bonus shopping, right? It's kind of, I hate when people do that, but it happens, right? They're kind of looking for the best offer, at least if there are multiple lists, which is a lot of the cases in kind of online marketing space, right? Is that kind of what you're gonna, I know they're launching this evergreen now, so I'm more excited actually. I didn't go all in for the official launch because I had other things. I was promoting Stu and some other stuff with his launch. So, but for the evergreen, I'm actually excited that a good converting offer, but there's not so many courses out there actually that have like amazing offers out there, and you can actually promote it evergreen. So their stuff is going to be evergreen soon. So is that kind of what you are going to promote to some extent to your list and add it to automations and stuff like that as well?
That's the plan. Yeah. So just like you just saw in that sequence, somewhere in that sequence, I'll add a training about masterminds, maybe like something about why masterminds are so important. I've never done a mastermind myself, so I can't actually testimonial it, but maybe I'll show some other people's results for masterminds. And then I'll do 2 emails like, hey, you want to do a mastermind? Guess what? Like the number one person on masterminds is having this training. Go ahead and head over there. And then sometimes I'll add like a third email at the end. It's like that offers bonuses. I don't know if I will for Tony and Dean's thing, but yeah, that'll absolutely end up in the automation. It'll be awesome. You'll never get as much from automation as you do from like a live launch, like all the hype and stuff like that. But you'll get random sales all the time, and that's money in your sleep, right?
Absolutely, and also from your YouTube, and even if you write a review, we just actually wrote, I've taken the program is really good. I was surprised I actually got into the program. It's actually a really good program. I thought it was going to be first hype, but it's actually a good quality program, so I felt good reviewing it, because that's kind of important to me, at least when I'm going through something, either I have like success with it or I'm in the trenches kind of with my students or using the tool or program. Is that something you also look at whenever you are promoting something, Spencer? Do you actually look at, okay, I'm using this tool? That's kind of obvious with ClickFunnels, ActiveCampaign, but anything else basically, is that kind of your criteria for actually pushing this to your audience? Do you need to have some kind of experience with it?
Yeah, I think 90% of my products I own and use in my business, and then the other 10% are vetted, right? They're like vetted by me, or I've heard enough good things about them from people I trust to be able to promote them. I'm really picky about what I promote, and honestly, like you don't need to promote the kind of crappy stuff, because there's plenty of like high quality things out there to promote. You just got to do a little bit of work up front to like pick your offering, right? So it's just, if you're promoting like a terrible product or a terrible offer, it's just because you were lazy, because there's plenty of good stuff out there for you to promote.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, if you want to learn more, if you're watching this, you want to learn more of Spencer's secrets, obviously check out him on YouTube. I think that's a good place. And obviously, if you want to check out his webinar, I can add my affiliate link below, so you can check that out. So or you go to just navid.me/affiliate secrets. I think that's a great webinar, even if you just kind of sign up for the free one. And he also has a premium course there as well, and some other resources on his blog and everywhere online. Basically, he has it's a Facebook group he mentioned. That's basically, he does these kind of live streams in there. I was just in there the other day. He just kind of chills with his audience and adds a lot of value in there. So I think it's like really good stuff he's putting out there, and making like something new to the affiliate marketing space as a whole. So I think that's awesome. So any kind of final words of wisdom you want to share here with everyone, Spencer, before we kind of wrap this up?
I'm not sure if we talked about this at all, but like a lot of people get like daunted when they see these automations, like, whoa, this automation's like 90 days long. And I think you touched on this, but like resolve to do it now. Sit down for a couple hours and just build out like what the perfect automation would look like, right? You don't have to write the emails, just build out like line by line, like, oh, an email about this, an email about this. And then you'll kind of have this like vision in your head of what this perfect long email automation could look like. And then it really is just like 1 email a day or 2 emails a week. Like just resolve, like I'm going to add 1 email a day or 2 emails a week to this automation every single time. And once you're a week or 2 in, once you've got 4 or 5 emails in there, then you can just start sending people through, and then you just have to stay ahead of them. And that kind of motivates you to stay ahead of them. But like building these automations is really not hard. It's an email, like I said, it's 2 emails a day. It's maybe 2 or 3 hours a week. And then you just got to get in a habit of doing that. And like, there's no better feeling. There's no better way to be comfortable sending paid traffic or organic traffic or any traffic to your offers than when you know that you've got like a massive sequence in place to convert those people no matter what happens on that front end.
I think that's important, as for sure. And also like a tip you can implement for everyone. Obviously, don't be overwhelmed about this. Obviously, it looks long because he's been at it for a while, writing these things. And I think you can set that wait step basically in ActiveCampaign or any email autoresponder, email software like ConvertKit, whatever you're using. Set that wait step, and they won't get into that. But before you actually add that, then you can set it then to 2 days or whatever you want afterwards when you're done with the email, and they continue to the next step. I think that's good, so you don't have to really worry. Just add 1 at a time or 2 at a time, 2 every day, and you'll build out a pretty good significant sequence. And you can obviously do this yourself, so the emails are coming from you. Obviously, at some point, if you want, can outsource, but I think it's the best that it's coming from you. Actually, I think you talk about this too, Spencer, that is important. The email is kind of like, if you write as you talk basically, and you'll actually connect with your audience, that's a lot more effective than you kind of outsource all this stuff, right? Even if you're not a copywriter, you can kind of do this and just kind of add things. Isn't that kind of how you've been doing it for the last few years now to your emails and getting into this stage?
Yeah, and it's funny you said that. I have about 1,000 people that have caught up to me at this point. So some of my first people have caught up, and I'm just barely staying. I've got to go get back ahead of them. I fell behind a couple months ago, so I'm there at that wait stage, waiting for me to get the next few emails ahead of them. But yeah.
Awesome, man. I mean, this has been so valuable. I love when we kind of going behind the scenes. I'm sure you can, if you're watching this and listening in, you feel the same way. Leave a comment below. Leave your biggest takeaway from this. What are you going to implement? Obviously, don't be overwhelmed by all this. Obviously, Spencer has been at it for some time. I've been at it for some time, but we all start somewhere. So you just kind of get the first few things out there, decide what you're going to do, kind of get the soap opera sequence, set it up, and then the kind of daily emails or daily Seinfeld, or you're not even daily, like a few emails a week only. That's kind of it. Add a few emails here and there, and then you can get a really long sequence going, and you can kind of do this. And yeah, I'll link up some resources below as well, so you can check everything Spencer has to offer out with Buildapreneur and all he's doing with YouTube and stuff like that. So you can kind of model what he's doing a little bit. And if you're interested, obviously get into his course at some point as well. It's really good if you want to learn affiliate marketing. So with that being said, I'll talk to you guys very soon and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Thank you. We'll see you.